Good morning. Welcome into First Take on this beautiful Wednesday. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Christopher Mad Dog Russo, good to see you, sir.
A pleasure.
Of course, Stephen A. Smith. I'm Molly Karam. And gentlemen, I wish I got the memo. I didn't know it was like Easter Sunday suits with the pastels. You both look so handsome.
Well, thank you so much. You know, I think it's important to point out him more than anything because he really stepped up wearing the suit and tie today. He knows who he's up against. He had to bring his A game. He did it with the dress. I'm not sure about everything else.
I love him to death, but Stevie is hot stuff today. Oh, wait till I hear these Kyrie Irving nonsense. Oh, my God. Go ahead.
You ready to do it? Okay, let's do it. Because, gentlemen, part-time Kyrie is making the most of it when he does play, and that is for sure. 41 points in the first half en route to a career-high franchise record 60 in the 150-108 win over Orlando. It was the highest scoring half of his career and the highest scoring half for any player this season. Kyrie, how you feeling?
I'm just grateful it came in the flow of the game. You know, a few shots probably I shouldn't have taken. You know what I mean? Tough ones, you know, double teams, triple teams coming. But, you know, as long as I could do it with a smile on my face and my teammates weren't too angry at me, it made this night worthwhile.
Mad Dog, is this proof that Kyrie is an all-time great guard?
Well, listen, we know he's a great player, and Steve's going to put him on this level where he doesn't belong. He is not an immortal. Let's take it easy. With immortality, Kyrie Irving, who needed LeBron to bail him out in Cleveland. The team stunk before LeBron got there. And then he went to Boston, and they were better without him. When they left, they actually went further. The year he got hurt, they went further. And then when he left, they were better without him. Right. Kyrie is perfect when he can play with that secondary guy with him who's better. Yeah. In this case, Durant. In Cleveland with LeBron. But, you know, to be an immortal in the NBA, you got to do some special, transcendent things. Scoring 60 points against the Orlando Magic, and he is great. We all know he's great. Yeah. And you want to put him in the top 75, as Stevie wants to put him number 74, we can let him put him in number 74. But to put him in that Magic, guards, you know, Oscar, West, Jordan, Magic, you know, to put him on that level, Kuzi, to put him on, who changed the game, to put him on that level, what's Kyrie? He's not changing the game. To put him on that level is outlandish. Now, I should let him talk first, but he's going to try to convince you that Kyrie Irving is a top 7, top 8 talent player. No, he's not. West has got the logo, hits a half-court shot, was on a team that won 33 in a row. Oscar triple-double. Magic is magic. We don't have to discuss it. Kuzi, 29 assists in a ball game, who changed the NBA from Mike in the 50s.
Will you stop
this
with
is
your
crazy
dribble.
here. Irving on this level.
Would you stop with your dribble? You're at the start. We ain't even 3 minutes into the show, and you're ridiculous. You want to talk about all-time great moments? I guess that three that Kyrie hit over Steph Curry to deliver the championship.
Good one.
We just going to ignore. Good one.
How about the LeBron block? You forget about the LeBron block.
I didn't forget about. We're talking about Kyrie. We're not omitting what LeBron did, but we are talking about Kyrie. I would remind you that the finals that they actually lost when Kyrie was healthy. Kyrie averaged 29 that series. When they won the chip, he averaged 27 in the finals. He's got a spectacular moment against Steph Curry to close the deal and deliver the city of Cleveland its first championship in any sport in more than a half century. So let's stop with the nonsense. You bring up Jerry West. We love Jerry West. We honor Jerry West. He is the silhouette, even though I'm at a point where I think Michael Jordan should be the silhouette. But that's neither here nor there. My point is this. Jerry West went to the finals, 9 times? How many chips does he have? He's got one. So let's call it what it is. Kyrie Irving right now has as many titles as Jerry West. Is that not a fact? Is that not a fact? Is that not a fact? Okay, now we can get to the talent. Is this not one of the greatest ball handlers we've ever seen?
I love him. He's very talented. You're putting him on this level.
Wait a minute. He's spectacular. Excuse me. John Stockton's on an all-time 75 list, right?
Right.
John Stockton doesn't have a chip. He doesn't have a ring. Now, I'll give him this. He shows up. He shows up to work. I'll give him a lot of credit for that because we all know that's Kyrie's problem. Showing up to work. And let me veer left for a second here with Kyrie Irving's spectacular performance last night. I'm very, very disgusted with a lot of people. Kyrie Irving was absolutely sensational. 41 points in the first half, 60 for the game. Here's my thing. Are we really surprised? We know what Kyrie can do. Why the hell you think we so upset that he ain't playing home games? We're not talking about a scrub. If he was a scrub, we wouldn't pay any attention to it. We're paying attention to it because we know how great he is, and the city of the borough of Brooklyn is being robbed. Do you know that Kyrie Irving has played 43 home games
in his career?
In his 3 years in Brooklyn? 43 home games. 43. That's it. And you don't get to see him if you're in Brooklyn. And if he doesn't play, if for some reason this ridiculous, idiotic New York City mandate isn't lifted, this guy is not going to be available for home games during the postseason, and it could cost them a championship. So I'm saying when I see the greatness of Kyrie Irving, it annoys me that everybody sits around and they're just praising and loving and everything they're seeing, and they're not paying attention to the fact that they're not seeing it enough. But having said all of that, this ain't Marvel Comics, you and your immortal status and the stuff that you come. Who you gonna mention next? Thor? You know, Hulk? Who's gonna be next?
I was thinking Lenny Wilkins, but I better lay off
Lenny Wilkins, oh, please. Just stop it. Kyrie is Kyrie.
Because I'm glad you brought that up. He played 43 games over the last 3 years. Mad Dog, is this home games? Yes. Is this less impressive what he's doing right now because he's a part-time player?
Well, I think he's mad because the team got the $50,000 fine there against. So I think he wanted to come out there and do his thing. And listen, he is a great individual player. But for Stephen A. to knock West, where you only won one
I'm right here. What you looking at Molly for? I'm right here. I'm right here.
Who did he lose to in the finals, Steve?
Excuse me, he lost to Golden State?
He lost to Boston. I'm talking about West. He lost to Boston. Russell, Cousy, Heinsohn, Havlicek.
Hey, listen, you either that dude or you not. You either that dude or you not.
Oh, come on, that's not fair.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Was he the MVP of a final as a losing player?
I am not going to let you modify and narrate this conversation by having me come across as if I'm throwing shade on a great Jerry West. I understand how great he is. He's the silhouette, for crying out loud. And matter of fact, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you wouldn't be in the position you're in right now if he was your general manager. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, if you went to 9 NBA finals and you only got one chip, I mean, damn, Mad Dog. I mean, damn.
He is the only player in the history of the league to be the MVP of a team that lost in the final.
Well, how do
what else do you want?
Excuse me. I don't approve of somebody losing and being the MVP.
He averaged 38 a game with a big
I don't care. If you lost, you lost. Somebody, the winner, needs to be able. Let me ask you a question.
What's your explanation for Kyrie with Cleveland and the Celtics?
Let me ask you a question. Would you, when Andre Iguodala won the MVP a few years ago, okay, a lot of people said LeBron James deserved it, which he clearly did, but he didn't get it because they lost.
I agree.
All right, then.
But he didn't get it. That's
I'm just saying, because he lost.
But so did West, and he got it.
Well, he shouldn't have gotten it because he lost.
You don't know. It was 1968. You and I weren't even born yet, for crying out loud.
Well, I was born. I was 1 year. I was 1 year old.
Yeah,
but the point that I'm trying to make to you is that at the end of the day, it comes down to this fact. He lost 8 times in 9 tries at the chip.
Great teams. Wait, now you're going to put Kyrie in the You're going to put Kyrie with the Oscar category?
No.
You can put him with Magic? That's a more. You can put him with Kobe?
I put Kyrie as a talent up against any guard in NBA history.
We are not discussing that. Transcendent. Where is he transcended the game? That's what? Because he made a jumper over Curry?
Excuse me?
Because he made a jumper over Curry.
Did I not say he averaged 29 and I not say he averaged 27? Do we not view him as one of the most spectacular offensive talents this game has ever seen? Is that not all true?
Can I talk?
Yeah, of course you can talk.
Is that not all true?
To be a transcendent player that goes down in the history books, you need to have that special something, that special intangible. West has the logo. Magic's got, he's Magic.
West has the logo.
And logo's him.
He gave it to him. Who gave it to him?
And he deserves it.
Excuse me. How come Bill Russell didn't deserve it? How come Magic Johnson didn't deserve it?
How
come Michael Jordan didn't deserve it? I mean, there's plenty of people that deserve it. Stop it, man. Stop it. Don't have me disrespecting Jerry West because I don't feel that way. But you're going too far. You're going too far. Go ahead.
I just want to ask you the same question before we move on here. Are you less impressed by what Kyrie's doing, these big numbers, 50-point games, 60-point games? Because he's rested. If all these other players were playing part-time, wouldn't they be going off as well?
Well, first of all, players could get the rest and you still can't step on the court and do what Kyrie Irving can do. Let's be clear about that. He is a big-time talent. He's phenomenal. But the word that's appropriate is that it's resentment. I resent the fact that this man isn't available for all the games. What we saw last night, not in the 60-point or the 41-point in the first half, but in terms of his spectacular talents being put on display, I believe the borough of Brooklyn is being robbed. I believe he has been selfish. I don't believe that he has been a person that has proven he can be depended on. I would never give him a long-term contract because I'll give him $50 million a year, $50 million a year. But it would be 1 year at a time because that brother's going to skip work now.
Yeah.
He's going to skip work. And that is my issue. What we saw last night, we should have been seeing, I'm not talking about the numbers, but his talent. We should have been seeing almost every game this year in his 11-plus year career. He has played 60-plus games 4 times.
And I think
that's
an advantage.
He has missed it.
I think
It is
it's an
inexcusable
advantage
to
to be rested.
I think you're right, but I do think Stevie's right on that. We agree. It's a joke that he doesn't play as he should have gotten the shots to begin with.
Yeah.
And he should be playing a home game. One thing that he has not explained and not answered.
Yeah.
What is